Hi everyone, this is Oldbeatercars. Welcome to my workshop. I'm going to be starting a new build come Christmas Eve. I'm going to be building a 1943 Caterpillar D7-7M. What you see in front of you is actually an agricultural Caterpillar. There were two versions of this Caterpillar, one for industrial use and one for light use, such as agricultural and light military. The Caterpillars were used for military use and agriculture. These cats were 4-cylinder diesels and also gasoline engines. It was a fairly crude kind of machine, but it did the job. And this build here I'll be doing excuse me, I'll be building this one pretty much out of scratch. This kit here is also found as a true kit by Mini Art, or either Mini Art or Mini Craft, I'm not too sure, one of those two, in a 1/35 scale. I'll be building it in a 1/25 scale. Just to give you some specs on what the original machine would have, how long and width of it would have been. I got a script here. In 1:1 scale, this machine would have been 410 centimeters long by 250 centimeters wide by 240 centimeters high, and a track width of 20 inches. I found a online scale converter that converts it any scale you want, and it converted it down to the scale 1/25 scale. And here as follows the measurements for 1/25 scale. The length is going to be 6.5 inches long by 4 inches wide by 3 and 3/4 inches high. And the track is going to be the track of the machine is going to be 0.80 of an inch, so probably around just a little bit over 3/4 of an inch for the track size. I'll be adding a lot of detail to this kit. I'll be acquiring some bolt detail, either photo etch, or I'm going to buy some 1mm hex rod to add all the bolt detail in here, and probably some smaller stuff to add, because there is a ton of bolts in here. I bring this in more here. There's all these bolts. I mean, all these machines were pretty much welded and bolted together. So there's all these bolt detail in here, and being that I have a lathe now, doing this sort of stuff, these bearings in here and rollers, I can make all that now. The watch parts will come in handy for doing the gears, front and rear here. All this will be all scratch built. So I'll be intertwining the bolt detail where it's supposed to go, and the weathering and all that sort of fun stuff. There's a lot of detail in this build. As you can tell here, these cats were built way before there was hydraulics. Probably designed because this is a cable lift. There's a big massive winch back here in the back of the machine, with a big massive cable here lifted the blade up and down, and the blade was adjusted side to side manually. There were some pins in here that you can move the blade back and forth. So it's a fairly crude system. Oh, I think actually I tilted here, somewhere here. I think it tilted this way. It's a fairly crude system, but it worked wonderful for the job as it was intended for. A few other specs here, a few other pictures I've been collecting. Here's another machine with the same model. Side detail. Big 4-cylinder diesel in this one here. This is what you call an oil bath air cleaner. They would have used these oil bath air cleaners on gas or diesel applications. So there's another picture there. A picture here. I am going to be buying a 3D printer in 2016 because I'm going to start getting more into doing my own builds. Instead of doing all the scratch building that you have seen me been doing, I'll be doing them with a 3D printer for health reasons. So that will improve, that'll just take my skill up a notch. So here's some detail of these cats. It's very interesting. There's lots here to pick out. So I do have all the measurements for all these things here. What program I have. It tells me everything here, all these parts, everything here, all these dimensions. I have all these to do everything here. Make the blade, everything. So whether I'll get everything perfect, scratch building is another story, but in 3D printing you can do everything perfect. So anyways, that's just a little thing there. I got some other 3D printings here. This is under chassis. Engine here, transmission. Front leaf spring, frame is here. It's not much of a frame, really. Yeah, drive axle here. 3-point hitch. Its only main mounting on this application is here by these arms here, these brackets. So you can tell it's a light duty machine. And there's main frame rails here. And it was 2-wheel drive, of course. A big beefy spring in here. That's all going to be all scratch built. See what else here. Here's another picture of the machine. So there's more detail. Gonna have to build all these pads for the track, all individual. All the rollers, all these things here, brackets and the hood and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's this is pretty cool, pretty cool. It's another caterpillar I'm gonna build. I have built one before, but it's not going to be as detailed as this one here. I have some specs on the machines. Maybe we can zoom on this here a bit so you folks can see a little better. Oh, here we go. You guys probably can't see that too well. Nah. Anyways, my camera doesn't do me any justice. So anyways, the D7 cats were built from 1940 to 1961. This particular one here was an agricultural crawler tractor. That's not. I'll give you some specs here. Tracks here. And the weight was 24,300 pounds. It's obviously in inches. The engine was a Caterpillar 4-cylinder diesel liquid cooled 831 cubic inch engine. Oh, okay. So it does have a. I wasn't aware, but I was kind of wondering about this. It actually does have a starter type engine. Way back in the early days, these engines had such high compression, like 15-1 compression. The starters wouldn't be able to. They didn't have a starter in them days to electric starter to start these engines. So they actually use a pony engine, they call it, a little 2-cylinder engine. This is right here, a little pony suit. So that's actually scratch built. I think they actually used little Wisconsin engines on them. I think I did see one a while back that had a 2-cylinder, a V-twin cylinder Wisconsin gasoline engine to start up the motor. So that's rather interesting. It's a turbocharged diesel. Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. So, yeah. What other specs can I give here? It's interesting stuff. For gears, it was a gear type transmission. 5 forward gears, 4 reverse. Dry metallic disc on there. 40 quart oil capacity. And she was slow. Very slow machine. Yeah. What else here? Engine dimensions. Obviously that transmission. That's there. Overview. The manufacturer of these were in Illinois. Fuel tank was a 65-gallon tank, which is small. So it was 109 horsepower. So I'm actually going to dedicate this machine to my dad, my late father. He ran one of these Caterpillars way back in the 60s. He worked at an orchard that was about 300 acres, and the orchard was on steep inclines, grades, side hill, up and down, that no tire tractor could ever go up. And he pulled a big 500 or 600 gallon sprayer behind this thing. And my dad used to tell me that cat used to go anywhere he put it, it'd go up, no damn problem. So my dad used to tell me some stories about the Caterpillar he used to run. And it was a crude machine, but it went everywhere, did all sorts of jobs. It was a great machine. So yeah, I did actually see the machine a few times when I was a kid, and it was similar to what you see there. It just didn't have the top rack on there because it's for using in the orchards, and so I didn't want a top rack on there. I didn't have a blade or anything like that. All it did was pull the sprayer, because it was a trailer type sprayer it was self-powered by, actually, believe it or not, a flathead V8 Ford. Maybe someday I'll bring up some pictures and I will show some of you folks what these machines were. They were just big monsters. So anyways, that's my video that's my little intro video of my next build. I am going to be using a tank kit for this project. Not much of the tank kit will be used, of course, and a few parts, most of the tracks, but then they'll have to be modified for these pads here, and you know, that kind of sort of thing. Maybe some of these rollers will have to be used too. So anyways, yeah, that's my little intro. Please comment, subscribe, ask. I'll be if you have any questions, ask them. I'd be happy to answer your questions if anybody has some. And also, if you have any of your own information about these machines, please pass it on. I'm sure people want to hear about them. And I'll be doing a lot more of these kind of machines as well. I have a friend over in Japan that I met a while back, and I think we might collaborate on building some stuff. So he's into the RC part of it, and I like doing this stuff. So some new things coming up for 2016. So yeah, this project will carry me on through 2016, and there's other projects coming up. So stay tuned for some great videos, and keep building, keep slaying the styrene, guys. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.